Back again. Another episode of a Muslim and an Atheist breaks bread. What are you saying, Pops?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, you nice?
Yep, been a while.
It has been a while. It's been like
A while.
6 months, you know. It's been 6 months since. Well, obviously, there's been a lot going on. We got the new space. We got work. Just work. It's been hectic. But we're back. We're going to hit this with some consistency hard now for the next foreseeable. So, yeah, man. Stay tuned, people. Stay tuned. Right. So, I want to jump straight in. I feel like we were tiptoeing into China. But then what I realised was we didn't really finish India, and there's a lot of things that I still wanted to learn and go over in India. So now we're gonna do a bit more of a mixed bag. So yeah, we're gonna just be going all over the shop now and seeing where we land. You happy with that?
I'm good.
Yeah. Change it up a bit. But today we are going to be doing inside the biggest slum in India. Now, you know when you think of slum, so a lot of people think of slum like slum landlord, but they're still living with their 60-inch TV. Probably might have bare food in the fridge, or bare minimum of food in the fridge. But I think like abject poverty in the UK, it's a bit controversial because it's like me saying that it doesn't exist. Well, it does exist, but to a degree. We've always got that safety net on it. There's always a safety net here. What, you disagree? You disagree?
There used to be a safety net. I'm not sure it's quite as safe these days, but yeah, I take the point.
Yeah. So it's like I say, I actually know people who are poor, who can just about afford to eat, but at the same time they're still rocking Air Max, they still got big flat screen TVs, they still got a roof over their head at night. It may not be luxurious, but they're still hitting that Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where they can feed themselves, shelter themselves, and they're warm, and whatever the rest of them are. But when we go into like places where, and obviously that's the welfare system, and we're lucky enough to have a welfare system.
Some of it is.
Yeah. Some of it. But we're lucky enough to have that. But imagine if you didn't. Like, imagine if you literally had to. Every single thing you got to work for. Because nowadays, like, there's a choice in England. You can either work or not work.
Really?
100%. It depends on how you want to live. But certain people are okay with the bare minimum, like literally surviving, so they'll go through and they'll be okay with that. Now, it's expensive out here, so I don't know how people can live off £50 a week or whatever it is.
A minute.
But they're doing it. But what I want to take a look at now is, like I said to you, what
Real poverty.
Yeah, exactly. Real poverty, that's the word I'm looking for. Alright, let's take a look. India's biggest slum, and this is
What year is this?
Mumbai. What, the video?
Yeah.
Let me take a look for you. This was uploaded 7 months ago.
Okay,
So it's relevant. It's recent. Yeah.
Today's video we're going inside the biggest slum in India, which is called Dharavi here in Mumbai. It's very intense, but it's also very fascinating because this is the most productive slum in the world. I'm going to meet Ravi, which is a guy that lives actually in the slum, and he's gonna show me around. And yeah, I'll bring you with me. Let's begin this video. And you were telling me that you actually live inside the slum.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all your life.
Well, I was born in the slum itself.
Right. I have been to India many times, but I have to be honest, I've never seen something like this. This is something different. The area of Dharavi is only 2.3 square kilometer, but in this area there are more than 2 million people living here. 1 million people actually are registered, but there is another 1 million people that live in Dharavi but they are not registered. And many of them...
Hold on, what's that, 2.3 kilometers? what's that, like 1.6 is a mile, isn't it? So you're talking 1.5 miles, not even 2 miles, and there's a million people in that space. Jeez! Yo! Man.
Vertical living though.
Yeah, it's true, and it just go up and up and up.
It's gotta be in it.
And many of them actually live inside their workplace. I just begin this tour and it's already shocking for me. And as you said, people also live inside here.
What happens is that mostly they live in their shops itself.
Ah, inside.
Every sack which you see right here is actually filled with the raw plastics, which is toys,
It's a rice
electronics.
cycle.
These guys, they make the finished product
Rice
out of
cycle
plastic
plastic.
sheets. You see, this is how they slip here itself.
So they actually live here inside the shop.
Sleep. Sleep.
That's crazy.
Apron
Apron. Yeah, made of plastic.
made of plastic.
Ah, here is more food area.
Oh yeah, finish of the food.
Right. Namaskar. Hi. This roti?
Chapati.
Chapati. Alright.
So these guys, they make the frames for the luggage bag.
Okay. This is the final product. Luggage.
Let's go back to Italy.
Hello. Namaskar. So it's like a full product.
You know what we're seeing here, right? Do you think this is why, one of the reasons why when people come here from countries like India, whether it's at parts of Africa, they've just, I feel like they excel. Now, I don't know if, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, when you can hustle there, it's coming here to hustle easy.
I'm not sure it is a hustle though. I would imagine.
Hey, listen, getting up and doing a 9 to 5 is a hustle. It's just that's working, it's hustling. If you're making money at the end, that's the hustle. It just depends on what degree you're doing it. But when I see people like this, if you're willing to go to work, get up, sleep, just raw on the floor. See, they're not worried about, here, you're worried about if your officer's got a canteen, whether you're getting your half an hour minimum break. When you're just, do you know what I'm trying to say though? Like, there's a
There are
lot
standards.
of things. There's standards, isn't it? But then them standards sometimes inhibit you and hold you back from really reaching like your full potential.
I don't know,
when I see people,
because the motivation's different to me. That guy is probably earning 0.01 pence per case, whereas he comes here and he gets
£10.
on a £3 job. Attitudes, manner, everything changes there. There's need. They're doing it out of need here. The need changes a bit to want. They need to get a job. Once they get established, then they want a better job.
Yeah, I hear that. It's like I used to work with this guy in it. Shout out Collie, bad man. See guy. Me and him was like, where I used to work for the insurance company, we had like a top sellers table, and it was like me, my boy CEO, the Snoop, next guy called Dan, and Collie, and like we used to come in and smash it. I'm talking. But Collie, like we would do just like a normal 9 to 5, yeah? But he would like rather doing like 12-hour days. He's just wants just to like hustle. He'd just be like, nah, bro, like if I can work, he says, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go home and chill. He says, I'm gonna. But then you look and he's like doing that, but then he's got 4 houses. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's not that like, he didn't just have the satisfaction to just go, yeah, make a good living here. I'm gonna go chill. He had that, like, I'm gonna work till I'm in a position where I don't have to work anymore. And as the quicker I get to that position, it's gonna be the better for me. Rather than me just going, yeah, I earn alright, I do the bare minimum, then I'm gonna go and do what I'm doing. Like. So, it's mad.
I think the journey, in my opinion, of the aging process is, you know, my past will have been very similar to your past in terms of getting teenage years, going out, being free, finding out what's going on out there. In terms of societal change, though, there weren't so many entrepreneurs when I left school. It wasn't the done thing. There were hustlers, but that's different from businessmen setting straight business up.
But isn't that the same thing? So I would class an entrepreneur as a hustler. I wouldn't necessarily class an entrepreneur as a businessman. So I think like an entrepreneur can maybe set something up, hustle it, then bangs onto the next thing, and you can do that multiple times, which is when you're an entrepreneur. Whereas I feel like
I'm gonna put it through: if you're in the system, you're an entrepreneur. If you're outside the system, you're a hustler.
Okay.
So if you do business, public business, have accounts, pay taxes, company's house, all the paperwork,
you're an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur, but someone who's just kind of.
But I wouldn't say you're a businessman if you're an entrepreneur.
Well, business, the world is business. So anything you're doing is business. Everything you're doing is business. No matter what level you look at, there's some business aspect going on somewhere. From your birth certificate right through. So that's what I say. Business is being done. But in terms of qualifying it, entrepreneur is system, hustler is outside the system.
I agree with that.
So you'll have your American gangster type character who was bringing in millions under the radar until they noticed, and then they brought him to public attention. But before that, he was just a hustler.
Okay.
Hello. So it's like a full production chain for the luggage, from the frame to the interior,
inner parts,
everything.
outer parts. And it is one of the local brand of India. So the retail price for this bag would be around 1200 rupees or something like that. 1200, 1300.
The slum of Dharavi is full of different kind of shops and factories, and people here, they work really hard. Many products are actually created from plastic trash, which is recycled, and the slum is hugely productive. They generate more than $1 billion per year. And do you know what is like an average salary?
The average salary for a person here in commercial area, because it is quite toxic area, like 10 to 20,000.
Right.
Because the newcomers, they usually get like 10,000 rupees a month.
Okay.
Whereas
What's that? So is that any
$100 plus.
$100 a month?
120 it said, but ish, I ran it.
You know that to add a little spice on there.
Yeah, you get me? Make it sound decent.
That still didn't make it sound decent, but
You know, when we were kids, and I'm gonna equate the area we grew up in wasn't 100 miles from that, and that was straight Aston, England, 1960, bruv.
what, 100 miles from that? You think that Aston was? I know Aston's been known as ghetto. You think
Trust
it
me,
was
man.
like that?
It was not
No,
nice.
it weren't like that.
It
though.
was, man. In terms of, they didn't have ladders, they had existing old buildings that was part knocked down and derelict. There was someone living here, next 10 houses were empty. One of them jobs, trust me. So you know them houses get wrecked and derelict and everything. So it was, like I said, not untoward that there were lots of cottage industry type businesses, guys who ran the back down this drive. They had a little engineering plant and it was a lot more engineering going on in them days.
Yes.
You know, lots of ball bearings and key makers, and you know, I guess this place could have been one of those places back in the day. But that's all that's happening there. See, there is an actual building with shutters on there. It's just everything around. It makes it look like.
Well, it's space, isn't it? Like obviously the amount of people that you've got crammed into that space is what.
And the way you manage it, like if you couldn't see that clutter, it wouldn't be the worst place in the world.
If you're like a little experienced, then it might differ a little
bit more.
Whereas the average salary for a person here in the city would be around 10 to 15,000 rupees a month. That would be the starting salary. So these people are actually saving money for the rent as well. You see, they actually living at their workplaces.
Yeah, so they don't pay rent.
They don't pay the rent, so it is quite a money saving thing for them.
Yeah, and the city is expensive, no? Mumbai.
Mumbai is actually the most expensive city in India.
Wow.
We say that if you can live in Mumbai, you can live anywhere in India.
Shower time. It's crazy that these people work here, live here, sleep on the floor inside the shop. They take shower here.
So that can't be good as well, innit? Like, you know, for your mentality. Like, I bet there's some people who never leave that slum. Ever. So I just mean like is it isolation the right word? Because I guess you're not isolated, but you're kind of stuck in that same place. What's the word I'm looking for? Is it isolation? Just the fact of you're never gonna leave there. Imagine just waking up, being born there, running around there. Then you go to work there. So that's how you live, work, eat, sleep, all in the same building. And you work. Imagine you work. So I can imagine a lot of them people probably work 7 days a week. So if you're working every day, you probably don't even leave the building sometimes unless you're going outside to have a shower or food. And that's just me jumping to conclusions, I don't know. But
well, imagination's free.
yeah. But it's even like me, like I say to you, like, I have to, I can't work at home for too long.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, anybody in any environment makes it person friendly, I would say. Even if you work in the worst environment in the world, you know, there's that guy who's got his locker in the factory, and when he opens that locker, he's in his kingdom, you get me? So
it's your guy who said that, like, one of someone who was in one of the concentration camps was talking about how, like, your mind ultimately is your freedom. So
absolutely.
It don't matter where you are. He was like, the way he survived was just like, he was just in his own head.
Escapism.
Constantly, just escape through his own, like, imagination, basically. Oh, mad.
That's what life is doing, prisoners, well, innit? Some of them, they just free themselves in their mind. They're never coming out, they know it, so they have to come up with the window, the imaginary window to look out into the world.
Yeah.
But living in these areas, I'm going to say, they're communities, so you don't see it, you know, the road out there is the road out there you used to. If you move to a new area in East England, you know, it would be a new environment. Initially, you would assimilate because you're more able to deal with it. But, you know, people live there, they work there, look, bikes, everything is normal. Where you take the shower. When I was in Africa, like I said, again, Islamic country didn't use toilets in the same way they have the hole in the ground thing. So culturally, that was shocking to me, but quickly modified. And some people were already ready for it. But it's different everywhere, but they weren't living, the area don't look good, it's not this and that, but in terms of their practices and their rituals, it actually makes it easy. Work. I don't know if it's hygienic, but it makes it work. You know, the guy who's coming in to lay in the same spot as you afterwards, he comes on time and it's regular. It's not...
Yeah, it's efficient. It's efficient, that's what it is.
It works.
They do everything here.
They do everything.
This chapati or?
Yeah, this is roti.
Roti.
Yeah, chapati is with the oil or with the butter.
I love how he's dancing or he move like this.
It's not dancing, this is how he works.
I like that he keeps the rhythm. Looks like chocolate.
You already guessed it?
It's chocolate?
Yeah.
No way.
You believe me?
No.
Don't believe. It's not chocolate, I'm kidding. It's a soap.
Soap?
Yeah.
And this is the final product, right?
This is the final product.
Is it like that?
But when we cut down these bars, you can share. Yeah, this
Like
is a
this,
bar.
yeah. This is a
So one bar would cost you around 10 rupees according to the size. So it is of 10 rupees.
10 rupees each. This is like vegetarian bar soap. Right. So then it becomes like this. And this is the final product over here. This is the bar. Alright, very interesting. So it's unbelievable how many different production they have here, how many different shops. From plastic to bar soap, cooking food over here.
Well, this is the pan patti.
What is that?
Pan patti. That is more of like
Like a drug almost.
yeah, like a drug to relieve you from the pain which they're actually going through. Because they're actually doing this hard work, carrying like 40 kgs, 50 kgs of sacks every day.
It's like also for the pain.
Yeah.
Right. It like relaxes you.
Relaxes you. So it is quite of more. It is quite more of like relieving your brain. So whenever you smoke,
Yeah.
you actually hit a dopamine, right?
Right.
And that's what it do.
Nice. Oh, good, huh? Relax.
Relaxing your brain. Yeah.
Relax.
So because they chew these betel nuts too much, you see every person has got a very good jawline.
Look at
Same like model.
Yeah, like a model. Man.
Yeah.
For sure. Like a big jawline. It's very sexy for the woman.
Yeah.
It looks
So
relaxed.
if woman likes jawline, come to Dharavi.
And this one, he will spit after?
Yeah, I will spit. You see all of these red spots all over? Well,
Yeah.
that's that thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Natural color. We call it as gutka.
Gutka.
Gutka, or else mostly people go with the pan.
I'm gonna try one of those. I always see it everywhere in India, but I never try. Good, good for the mind.
That's what is it? Well, I don't know the Indian names of it. Grated coconut. There you go. Hit the whole thing.
So I just eat like this
Yeah, to hit the whole thing.
and then chew it.
Yeah. Chew. He's saying that until you won't chew it, then you won't get the flavor.
Still true. He's waiting for stoned and he's not. What am I waiting for here? Probably just give the same feeling as that.
Yeah, the taste is not so bad actually. I thought it was worse. But it's weird in the mouth, you know?
Yeah.
Now I understand why the Indian people spit so much, because if you eat this all the time, then you need to spit, and what comes out is red. Okay.
Metal pipe.
The pipe, yeah, metal pipe for the drinking water that connects all the. So the slum has drinking water actually.
Yeah. So the pipe is very much well coated. So the water which flows inside of it is safe to drink.
Yeah.
For the locals, not for you.
Not for me. So they have, to take shower, brush teeth, do everything, cooking.
Cooking as
They
well.
have everything.
But the water supply, it is only for like 3 hours a day.
Only 3 hours a day.
3 hours a day, whereas they actually do all this water related work in those 3 hours, and they have to store the water for the later use.
I mean, again, I'm gonna go with so far. I haven't seen anything that shocked me. It just seems like a business district, a poor business district, but just people working in it.
Yeah, but I think that is essentially what the. I don't know if shocking is the right word. I mean, obviously, once you've been around the world, like, you know, we have been, don't think you're going to get shocked. However, when we look at standards of living and how we live here.
Oh, it's not comparable though, ain't it? This is.
But this is what I'm trying to say. So then we start to think, like I said to you earlier, I think the shocking thing to me is to think that if I had to wake up, sleep, live just in one building all day, 7 days a week, then that would shock me. That is shocking to think people have to do that.
But one assumes they have to do that from the film. But in Gambia, what they have is, like I said, people live in the villages and they come to the work area.
But that's Gambia, isn't it? This isn't the slum. Gambia
Well, again, I'm going to equate it to a third world environment where the perceptions are not necessarily what it translates into. They live somewhere else and they come there, work. They might be there for a month, then they go home, then they come back and work. So they do what they got to do while they're working. They'll hang around with you all the time, but then they got to go home. Then they go home to their village and their family.
But what you're talking about is, so there is obviously, remember, there's 1 million people in less than a mile and a half, right? Now, that's crazy in itself. But what they're saying is, in this slum, so here, that is how they live. They're not saying that's the whole of India.
No,
it's of course, but this
the slum I refer to, not India.
Part, that's how it is.
Hey, I want to sit in. Hello.
Marble. Malo. Okay, I try.
Yeah. Are Sika. Guys. Yeah, I like that. It's quite hard.
Yeah, it's hard. As you can see behind me, the situation is pretty intense. There is a lot of dirt, a lot of trash. The smell also, it's really bad. But despite all of this, people continue living their life. Kids go to school. The adults, they work and they work really hard. It's such a powerful experience to witness all of this and yeah, to just observe life going on in a slum in India, in the biggest slum in India.
The smell was coming through as well. It'd be.
So in this area, the people or live inside the slum and the houses, they are pretty low, or they live in these massive condos. As you can see, they are super crowded, almost look like a prison. And there are a bunch of condos like this all around this area. The house is so close to each other that you cannot even see the sunlight.
This is my son-in-law.
Yeah, son-in-law.
Hi, baby.
So this is your house. That's crazy. Wow. What would be the price of like to buy a house like this here in the slum?
Well, sir, it depends upon the area. If
Like a house like this, for example.
A house like this would cost you around 10 lakhs or something like that, which would be around $10,000.
Right. And this house is like a ground floor and first floor?
Yes, sir. Ground floor and first floor, both.
So $10,000 you get the ground floor and then the
First floor, both.
All right. To rent it, for example, if you want to rent
the
for a
average
month?
rent would be of 5,000 rupees a month.
5,000 rupees per
a
month.
Only for a single room, whichever you want. So it is like ground floor, first floor and second floor. Both of these 3 floors, they have the different trends.
Who's that guy?
Especially put him in the YouTube.
Yeah? He's a criminal?
Yeah, he's a criminal or... You know what his nickname is?
I don't know.
It's Obama.
Obama?
Yeah. He looks very much same like the president.
We have Barack Obama here. Hi.
Did he say he's a criminal? His name's Obama. Yes, Obama, we're talking to you.
Hi, Barack. what they make here?
They're actually making oil lamps.
Oil lamps.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Another big business here in Dharavi is the pot business. So many people here work to make pots of different dimensions, small pots, big pots. It's like a full-on production in the middle of the slum, and they made it out of organic soil.
This is the oven where they are making the pots.
So as you can see, there are so many businesses here. This is pot made of organic soil. Then you have all the recycling plastic business. Then they have the clothing business, the leather business.
देखो ये इटाली का है, मेरे पास कलर करने आया है।
Ah, this from Italy?
Cow.
Leather of Italy are of good quality.
Yeah, good quality, yeah. Usually, how many hours they work per day?
They work like 12 hours a day.
12 hours a day?
Yes, sir. Easy.
7 days a week, or they have a day off?
6 days a week, but even if they have day off, they don't have much to do. So they mostly go with the half day for the week
To
off.
get extra money also.
Yeah, they get like the extra money for the week off.
Right.
If they work.
So this is the pants that they're making here for kids. There are so many businesses inside, a lot of revenue each year. Namaskar.
They have lights.
You see, like,
This is what I mean, like, and if you think they've got the houses are built that close together and there's no sunlight coming in either, and them corrugated tin roofs as well.
I think that's just. It's
Man, look at those
the roads,
narrow,
obviously. The
super
road
dark
don't touch on the
areas.
wide road.
You don't even notice that it's like a daytime. It looks like a nighttime.
Yeah,
No
it's
lights,
got its
nothing.
limitations.
Bro, this is insane. I cannot see anything. Yeah. Oh, this is insane. Namaskar.
It's got a light and it's that dark.
Do you know what's also like really what intrigues me about this is like human conditioning. Do you know what I mean? So essentially, like, they would have lived like that, so they can probably just walk through there like it's nothing. And
They can see, and it.
they can see in the dark.
They can see.
Yeah. Whereas if you come from there, from like here, where everywhere is the moment you're born, you just get light shined in your face every 20 seconds. There's things in your eyes, and you got like they're called rods and cones. So like your rods are what allow you to see in the dark, and then you've got your cones. Your cones, which are your color processes. But what I'm thinking is I wonder if Indians have more rod production, or just if you're born in that area.
If you're born in the dark, you can see in the dark.
Yeah.
If you live in the light, you don't see as good in the dark. So when I again traveled, I would be out at night and people would say there's a wall over there, and trust me, I couldn't even see it for about another 10 paces. They can see in the dark, man. Lions come in, they can see it long time. If you're from foreign, you're getting eaten. You just gotta walk. When they start running down a square, you just run.
It's super narrow, super dark. And people live here, People actually live here. Namaskar. Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here. This has been a very powerful and shocking experience. I've learned a lot about Dharavi slum. It's really fascinating to see that even though they live in very poor condition, extreme condition, very dirt condition as well, they are able to really work hard, focus, recycle a lot of materials, make a lot of business, make a lot of money each year. Unfortunately, most of those money, they don't stay inside the slum, but they just go outside and they go to other business people, other corporation. Again. Hello.
Hi guys.
What's your name?
My name is Aditya.
Aditya. Wow, you speak very good English.
Your name?
You learn English?
Yes.
Oh, very nice. My name is Gabi.
Gabby.
Gabi. And your name?
Aditya.
Aditi. And your name? Ashita. Nice to meet you.
Welcome to India.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Bye bye. 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 Hey you, little one. But yeah guys, it was a very eye-opening experience for me. After that I went to a small restaurant inside the slum. Yeah guys, I stopped here in a restaurant in Dharavi to eat something. I ordered dosa. Dosa is from south, no? South India. Kerala. Yeah, not from here. This is my dosa in the making. Thank you, sir. It was a very simple restaurant, but such an authentic experience. And then I say goodbye to Ravi, which was excellent for me today because he really brought me to some areas that I would never seen by myself just because he lives there.
Yeah, I guess, I'm actually proud to show my local area.
Yeah, man. If you guys want to come here and maybe check out the slum with Ravi, I'll put the link down below. He's part of a company that does this kind of tours, so I'll put the link down below. Alright, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. But that's it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tour of Dharavi. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Wow. So, what do you think, Pop?
I thought it was nice for a slum. Slums have gone up.
You thought you could hack it?
Definitely, I wouldn't even hesitate to go there now. It wasn't bad. Obviously, like I said, look, my imagination is, makes me think of things a lot worse than that, like, feces and stuff all over the place. But he didn't show any of that type of thing. So
no water.
Right. So this is what I say. I know people who have been to Ethiopia to monuments, and they say around it is just human feces everywhere and terrible things. When they talk about it, they're shocked.
Yeah.
So to me, when people say slum, we can say anything we want being from the West, but that's actually an uptown thing in their poor sector.
I wonder if the difference is that that's a business sector.
Well, that was it. He only showed outside his house, and everybody else was actually at work that he showed.
So really, because what you think is that's generating like $1 billion. Was it $1 billion rupees or $1 billion USD?
Rupees.
Yeah, so $1 billion rupees. I'm not sure how much that is, but let's say it's generating $1 billion rupees from that one sector, yeah? Mm-hmm. Whereas obviously when you're probably thinking of slums, you're not even thinking of there's no business there. It's just,
I think
just shacks. And
the idea of sweatshop equates to, but it's actually, like I said, small businesses. A man gets a little contract and does his thing, but he can only afford to have this size, that capacity, and his family do the rest.
Yeah.
It's enough for them to live on. And it's in that area earmarked as a slum because of either crime or standards. But
well, it's standards, isn't it?
Yeah.
Standard. I mean, they didn't touch on crime, I guess, but I'm going to assume it's the living standards.
Yeah.
The fact that there's no lights, like you've got no lighting. If you look there, when you see the video, there's no space. I think space is the biggest thing, just having that many people crammed in.
Mm-hmm.
The resources, like I said, most of them are probably shops, so they're working in there, sleeping in there, eating in there, just living. They're living in there, in that one place, which to me is what I find probably which I would find the most difficult to deal with.
For me, I would still want clarity on whether it's a work-live arrangement or that is actually where they live, because you have business districts where people live, work, then go home. Just different arrangements of the way we work here.
Yeah.
So they go home to their families and their main house, whichever area they come from, but they go into these areas and occupy it to get money.
So what, you think you could survive in India's biggest slum, Dad?
that wasn't much of a slum. I don't need more if that wasn't a slum. That wasn't my idea of a slum.
In the comments,
it wasn't
throw
too far
out
from
a
Amsterdam.
Throw out a next slum that we can review. But that was Mumbai's biggest slum. We out. Peace.